Warm greetings to all of you. My name is Mimansa Vashisht, and today, through this video, I am going to tell you about the topic reading the budget document. In this video, we will cover overview of budgeting process, role of parliament in reviewing the budget, examination of demands of grants, and working of ministries. These topics will be covered under different headings in this video. So let's start.
So the first question that pops up is the basic one. That is, what is budget? If we go by the definition, then budget can be defined as the most comprehensive report of the government's finances in which revenues from all the sources and outlays for all activities are consolidated. But if we talk in simple words, then budget is a systematic list of revenues and expenditures, or we can say it's a plan for income and expenditure. Budget in the Indian Constitution is not really mentioned anywhere, but instead a corresponding term used is annual financial statement in Article 112. The word budget has been borrowed from or traces its origin from the French word baguette, which means a leather bag. If we come to the last point here, so it is mentioned that in India the sovereign power of purse is in the hand of parliament. An executive is accountable to the parliament for all acts of its commissions and omissions. If there is anything that the parliament must scrutinize carefully each year, it is obviously the budget, because this is the way in which the government expresses its real priorities. Even if the parliament passes bill on any subject like right to education, right to health, right to food, etc., a good measure for the true willingness of the government to implement any of this can be seen by how much money it is willing to allocate to make things a reality. Now we move on to our next heading, that is budget process. The Union Budget, also called the General Budget, is prepared by the Department of Economic Affairs of the Ministry of Finance. As part of the budget process, the Finance Ministry presents the annual financial statement of the government for the forthcoming year. The statement consists of estimates of the money the government expects to spend on various ministries and how much money will be raised from different sources such as levy of taxes and dividends from public enterprises. The thing which should be noted here is that the railway budget, which was presented separately from the general budget in 1921, is now, on the recommendation of Niti Aayog, merged with the general budget, that is the Union Budget, in 2016. So now railway budget is not presented separately, but it is presented with the general budget. Budgeting or the budget process in India can be divided into four different options, that are preparation of the budget, enactment of the budget, execution of the budget, parliamentary control over finances.
But before discussing all these 4 points, the question which is important to be discussed is, what does a budget document contains? Have you ever been curious about what's in that leather bag? Or the Bahi Khata which was used in 2019 Union Budget presentation? So what actually is in that document? What actually is budget document and what all things it contains? We are going to discuss it now. So this section will describe the budget documents that are presented in the parliament and what all information is provided in them. Indian budget is not a single document, but consists of many documents like annual financial statements, demand for grants, appropriation bill, financial bill, etc. Also, there are certain budget documents as per the requirements of FRBM Act 2003. While there are as many as 14 separate documents, they can be classified into broad categories. That is, summary documents, expenditure documents, receipt documents, and FRBM documents. Summary documents summarizes the main provisions in the budget either in terms of the main policy announcements, tax proposals, aggregate number for government receipts and expenditure. As these are summary documents, they will not answer specific questions related to allocation for a particular item within a ministry or a program. Summary documents could contain budget speech, budget at glance, annual financial statement, etc. Now coming to expenditure document, these documents present detailed information on the expenditures of the government. Details are provided by sectors, ministries and schemes. Some example of expenditure documents include expenditure profile, expenditure budget, demand for grants or appropriation bill. Moving on to receipts document, these documents present detailed information on the money raised by the government by way of tax receipts, non-tax receipts, capital receipts and borrowings. Example of receipt documents would be receipt budget, finance bill, memorandum on the finance bill. Coming to the last, FRBM document. This is basically documents which are presented under the provision of the Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2003. Under this act, the government is required to follow sound fiscal policies and must set limits on the size of the budget deficits. Example of FRBM documents include macroeconomic framework, medium-term fiscal policy strategy. Along with the budget documents, the government tables a document called the Implementation of Budget Announcements. It contains details on the progress achieved on budget announcements made across different sectors in the previous financial year. Now let's move to our first main heading, that is preparation of budget. Do you know exactly how the Union Budget of India is prepared? While the budget takes just a day to be presented in the parliament, it takes several months to be prepared. Different parts of the government work collectively to shape the document. The exercise of the preparation of the budget by the Ministry of Finance starts sometimes around in the month of September every year. There is a budget division of the Department of Economic Affairs of the Ministry of Finance for this purpose. The budget is made through a consultative process involving Ministry of Finance, Niti Aayog and spending ministries. Finance Ministry issue guidelines to spending based on which ministry present their demands. The budget division of the Department of Economic Affairs in the Finance Ministry is the nodal body responsible for producing the budget. But how exactly the budget is made? Budget division issues a circular to all union territories, states, UTs, autonomous bodies, departments and defense forces for preparing the estimates for the next year. After ministries and departments send in their demands, extensive consultations are held between union ministers and Department of Expenditure of the Finance Ministry. At the same time, the Department of Economic Affairs and Department of Revenue meet stakeholders such as farmers, businessmen, FIIs, economists and civil society groups to take their views. Once the pre-budget meetings are over, a final call on the text proposals is taken by the finance ministries. The proposals are discussed with the PM before the budget is actually frozen. Now what happens once the planning of the budget, the preparation of the budget is over? How is it presented in the parliament? For this, we move on to our next main heading, that is enactment of budget. Enactment of budget contains 6 steps. First, presentation of budget. Second, general discussions. Third, scrutiny by departmental committees. Fourth, voting on demands of grants. Fifth, passing of the appropriation bill. Sixth, passing of finance bill. So how actually the Secretary General of the Lok Sabha Secretariat seeks approval of President after the Speaker agrees to the date suggested by the government. The Finance Minister presents the budget in the Lok Sabha outlining key estimates and proposals. He briefs the cabinet on the budget proposals through a summary for the cabinet. Just before he presents the budget is tabled in the parliament after the minister's speech. After general discussion, Parliament may go into recess for a few weeks, and the next step, scrutiny by departmental committees, takes place. One of the functions of standing committees is to scrutinize the allocation of funds to the ministers under their supervision. At present, there are 24 standing committees that together oversee the work of all the ministries. During the scrutinization process, a detailed estimates of expenditure of all ministries, called demands for grants, are sent for examination to the parliamentary standing committees that comprise members of both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. These committees examine the amount allocated to various programs and schemes under the ministry. They also examine trends of utilization of the money allocated to the ministry. In doing so, officials of the ministries are required to depose before the committee to respond to queries and provide additional information in connection with demands of grants being examined. While examining a ministry's expenditure, the committees may consult or invite views from experts. Based on these consultations, the committees submit their reports to Parliament. The committee's recommendations are useful for MPs to understand implications of the proposed expenditure across ministries, and it kind of also allows for informed debate before approving such expenditure. During the year, if the government needs to spend any more money which has not been approved by Parliament or needs to incur additional expenditure, it can introduce supplementary demands for grants. Note that unlike the demand for grants presented with the budget, these supplementary demands have never been scrutinized by standing committees. After the demands for grants are passed, they are consolidated into an appropriation bill. The bill seeks to authorize the government to spend money from the Consolidated Fund of India, which consists of all receipts and borrowings of the governments. After the enactment of the budget, the process that follows is execution of the budget. Oversight by Parliament after the budget is passed is necessary to make sure that the amount sanctioned by the Parliament is being used in an appropriate manner. Financial committees scrutinize and exercise parliamentary control over government expenditure and table reports in Parliament. Public Accounts Committee is such a committee. After the financial year ends, the Comptroller and Auditor General audits the income and expenditure accounts of the government and tables its reports in Parliament. Every year, the CAG tables about 40 audit reports in Parliament. Since it is difficult and time-consuming for Parliament to discuss each of these reports, the Public Accounts Committee (PAC) is entrusted with examining the findings of the CAG audit reports. The PAC scrutinizes whether the government is spending money for the purpose for which Parliament sanctioned it or the expenditure. Second such committee which fulfills this purpose is Estimates Committee. The Estimates Committee facilitates Parliament's control over the expenditures sanctioned and incurred and over the general policies of the administration. The committee's main tasks are to A. Report on the improvements and administrative reforms that can be made, B. To suggest alternative policies in order to bring about efficiency in administration, and C. To suggest whether the proposed expenditure is within the limits of the government policy. Moving on to our concluding lines, it can be said that budget is not a new process in India, but references of budget can be found in Kautilya's Arthashastra also. Budget documents are not just numbers. Scrutinizing them, one can understand the intention of the government, its priorities, policies, and allocation of financial resources among different regions and industries. Budget documents are kind of fascinating. Budget numbers express an enormous amount of volume of information. One trained in budget analysis can discover the government's expressed as well as hidden priorities. They may be interested in rural development by creating employment opportunities or providing elementary education to children, drinking water facilities to the villages or health services in remote areas, or whether their focus is on urban development with creation of industries, satellite towns, improvement in facilities, or it want to provide optimum records to both. The details of union budget can be viewed at their official site. In contrast to its advantageous characteristics, some critics has also argued that the current process in India is archaic and is in urgent need for an overhaul. It is also pointed that Parliament has little power to change anything in the budget and argues that this undermines the principles of our parliamentary democracy.